Hey, friend, welcome back to the YouTube channel for the Renaissance English History Podcast. I am Heather. I've been podcasting on Tudor England since 2009 with my show, which makes it the original Tudor History Podcast. This channel is where I put all of my episodes from all of my shows, as well as lots of extra videos like this video right here. So today we are going to talk about an engineering marvel of the 16th century. And no, it's not the flushing toilet. However, the flushing toilet was invented during the Elizabethan period by Elizabeth's godson, Thomas Harrington, I think his name was. Anyway, no, today we are talking about Dover Harbor. Dover Harbor was super important strategically in the 16th century, but its harbor was a disaster, silt and all kinds of stuff that blocked access to the ships. So the way they cleaned it up, made it usable again, was really impressive. So that's what we're going to talk about, an engineering marvel of the Elizabethan and Tudor period. Before we get started, though, if you want to see more Tudor content in your YouTube feed, and I mean, who doesn't, go ahead and hit subscribe so you never miss a video that I put out. So let's get into it. In the 16th century, Dover was England's gateway to Europe. It was a vital hub for trade and for military operations. But the harbor was in absolute shambles. The shallow waters and relentless advance of shingle made it nearly unusable, threatening the growing demands of the cross-channel commerce and the Royal Navy. Without a safe port between Portsmouth and the Thames, England faced logistic and strategic vulnerabilities. I can talk, vulnerabilities. And so we have the story of Tudor ambition, innovation, and perseverance set against the backdrop of natural disasters, including a major earthquake that shook the entire region. Dover's geography posed challenges for any attempts to maintain a reliable harbor. The shallow bay west of the River Dover offered limited protection from westerly gales, while the river's estuary was perpetually clogged by massive shingle banks that moved eastward along the coast. This natural process of coastal sedimentation, combined with the silt carried by the river, made the harbor inaccessible over time. Efforts to keep the harbor open date back to ancient times. The Romans, Saxons, and medieval rulers all tried their hand at managing Dover's treacherous conditions, but none succeeded in creating a lasting solution. By the early 16th century, the situation was dire. Dover Harbor was derelict, and other ports along the coast, including Sandwich, Romney, and Hythe, had already succumbed to similar fates. So then, to make matters worse, on April 6, 1580, a powerful earthquake struck the Dover Straits. Estimated at a magnitude 5.3 to 5.9, it caused landslides of the nearby cliffs and structural damage in Dover itself. This seismic event really showcased the harbor's challenges and showed the urgent need for a lasting solution. Henry VIII first turned his attention to Dover in the 1530s. There were local petitions that emphasized its strategic importance. He recognized the need for action, and he initially granted £300 for repairs, which was a pretty modest sum. But then, as the scale of the project became clear, his investment ballooned to £60,000, much of it sourced from church money that was confiscated during the dissolution of the monasteries. His plan centered on creating a basin beneath the western cliffs. They were going to call it Paradise. And then they wanted to construct a 240-meter southeastern pier to block the encroaching shingle. It was a really ambitious project. Henry VIII himself actually visited to watch the work being done, but the work was hampered by technical challenges and an incomplete understanding of coastal dynamics. The pier was too short to stop the shingle, and the silt continued to accumulate. By the time the funds ran out, the project was abandoned with only the pier's foundations still there. So there were just these foundations of the pier, and they started calling it, over time, it was called mole rocks. By 1556, Paradise, this basin that they created, was virtually useless, and its entrance was clogged with debris. Henry's grand vision had failed, which just showed again how difficult this whole area was. Then in 1580, April of 1580, there was a massive earthquake that struck in the Dover Straits. It shook both England and Flanders. Like I said, it was between 5.3 and 5.9 on the scale, on the Richter scale, and the quake was felt as far away as London and in northern France. In Dover, the tremor caused sections of wall to collapse and triggered a landslide, exposing more raw sections of the iconic white cliffs. Aftershocks actually continued for a month, which also further destabilized the area and caused additional damage. The quake showed that it would be a huge challenge for any engineers to try to reshape the harbor. Beyond Dover, damage was also widespread. In London, there were chimneys and sections of Westminster Abbey that collapsed, actually killing 2 children. In Flanders, church arches cracked, walls crumbled, and tremors rolled across the fields. For many, the event seemed like a divine warning. Puritans even blamed London's emerging theater scene. So, under Elizabeth, Dover Harbour's strategic importance became undeniable. By the late 1570s, England's growing naval power and international trade demanded a functional port, and the failure of Henry's efforts loomed large. William Burrough was the comptroller of the Navy, and he emphasized the need for action in a 1576 report to the Queen. And his advocacy paved the way for a renewed approach. John True was a local engineer and visionary, and he proposed using the shingle bank to create a pent, a holding basin that would trap the water, which could then be released to flush out the silt and the debris. Elizabeth approved the plan and funded it through a tax on all shipping entering or leaving England. While True's vision was innovative, his execution fell short and progress stalled. The task then fell to Thomas Digges. We've talked about him on this channel before. He was a mathematician and an innovator, and his revised plan incorporated the lessons learned from True's attempts and the challenges of the 1580 earthquake. Thomas Digges's leadership transformed Dover Harbor. This was the biggest civil engineering project of 16th century England, and it transformed Dover into a functional port. Building on True's ideas, he led the construction of an 800-meter long wall atop the shingle bank. The wall acted as a barrier, preventing shingle from clogging the harbor. He also added a cross wall fitted with sluices, allowing pent-up water to be released at a high pressure to flush away the debris. He expanded the original Paradise Basin, now renamed Little Paradise, and he installed additional sluice gates to clear its entrance. The combination of the pent and the sluice system revolutionized Dover's functionality. New piers stabilized the tidal flow, creating a reliable space for both commerce and the Royal Navy. Importantly, Digges's design also accounted for the unstable geography revealed by the 1580 earthquake, and it ensured that the harbor could withstand future challenges. By 1583, which is just 5 years before the Spanish Armada, so it was really imperative, the project was a success, cementing Dover's status as a vital English port for centuries to come. Remarkably, the infrastructure built during this period actually required little structural change for the next 300 years. So this project, like I said, the biggest civil engineering project of the 16th century, a massive success that showed Tudor ingenuity and mathematical precision, bold vision. So hooray for the Dover Harbor. All right, if you made it this far in the video and you enjoyed it, I sure would appreciate a press of that like button. It helps to feed the algorithm and get our content to even more people. And I hope I earned your subscription to my channel. I was going to say my subscription to your channel, but I'm talking about my channel. So I hope I earned your subscription to my channel where I put out content like this on the regular. If you want to keep binging Tudor content, here's the episode on Tudor mathematicians that mentions Thomas Digges. And here's a video that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, you are deeply loved. I am so glad I share the planet with you. I will be back soon. Don't forget to drink your water. All right, friends, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.